Hey crafters, guess what time it is? It's paper pumpkin time! Monty and I received our January paper pumpkin kit, which is all about Valentine's and hearts. Not necessarily about Valentine's only, but about celebrating the people that you love. So let's head down to the crafting table. We're gonna make 2 cards together, and I have 6 more cards to share with you. Okay, I just want to show you a few items that you get with the kit. Oh, we got these ones that had sticky on the back. We love those. We also got some beautiful punch out hearts that we could have used. We got these adorable. I'm going to do something really cute with this one right here. And then on our envelopes, like we always do, we went ahead and cut them apart so that we could use this beautiful design that they gave us. Look at that. It has some stripes with it. We also got other cards that had this beautiful color of Flirty Flamingo marbled. It was so pretty. So let's go ahead and begin making a card. Now, the first card that I'm going to make, I went ahead and I cut an 8.5 by 5.5, scored it at 4 1/4. And then I cut this off at 2 inches because we're going to make a floating card. Now, I cut that top part off, and I have a piece of acetate right here. And all I'm going to do is glue it right to the back of this flap. Now, you can use a tape runner. You can use tape. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of tape right there. I'm going to put it right against the fold, and then I'm going to just shut it. Okay, and there we have our flap. Now, on this piece right here, we're going to go ahead and just put another piece of Flirty Flamingo right there, just to cover this up. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and let's just lay down the inside card. So I'm going to grab some glue. Just lay this down. And now I want to show you a little technique. I'm going to grab one of the punch out hearts that they gave us, and I'm just going to rake over some real red. I'm going to bring in some paper so that I don't get my workspace dirty. I'm just going to lay this down. And now I'm going to open up the red. Now, if you're using Stampin' Up ink, when you close this, if you rake it that way, it's going to come out like that. So what I do is I close it and then I flip it. Okay, and I'm just going to rake it, and you can make it as light or as dark as you want. I kind of want it a little darker. There we have it. Now, you can wait for that to dry, or you can use your heating tool to go ahead and get it dry, but I'm just going to flip it over and add some glue because I want to be able to wiggle just in case I need to. So just going to put some dots of glue right there. Going to put this right on the bottom. Look at how pretty that looks. It just gives it a little bit of color, and there's some variation in the coloring, the depth of the coloring, which I really like. Now I'm going to go ahead and stamp a little message here on the inside, but first I want to go ahead and decorate this bottom part. Now look at what we're doing. I cut part of this top flap that I cut off. I went ahead and made it just a little bit smaller, and this is 1.5 inches. So we're going to go ahead and get this laid down right at the end of our acetate. So we just line it up. This is part of the envelope that I took off. We're going to get that laid down. And I cut it just a little bit smaller, and really it depends on the size of your strips that you cut as to how small this will be. But now I want to show you what I did for this little strip that we're going to put right here. Look at this strip. I put it through our embossing folder, and then I just raked over it with the red. Now, I just want to show you another close-up of that. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, just love it. Now, I'm going to set this up on dimensionals because I want it to be front and center. And look at that. Look at how pretty that looks. And just a very easy technique to do. Didn't really cost any extra money, any embossing folder that you have. And then you just rake it and it just picks up different colors of the red. Just love doing that. Now we did the same thing up here. We're going to go ahead and just lay this down and then raise up our very top mat on dimensionals. Now look at that. Oh, so pretty. Now what we did is we took the hearts that they gave us, and I'm just going to set this right on top. I'm going to put some little mini dimensionals to set it up. So I'm just going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool and just put a few of these in different places. I'm just going to lay this right on top. Now look at that. Look at how pretty that is. So pretty. But we're not done yet because we need to add the sentiment. We went ahead and used what they gave us to punch out. We punched that out and then we just stamped Celebrate Love. So we're just going to add this right here, right in the center. Now I need to stamp something right here, and we're going to stamp You're My Favorite. So let's get the Night of Navy and just ink it up upside down. And look at that. So pretty. You close it, you have a floating card, and really this technique is just so easy to do. So this is our first alternative for our paper pumpkin. Now I want to show you some additional ones. Look at this one, very easy. We stenciled diagonally. We put a little strip here. We added the hearts that they gave us, and we used the stamp that they gave us. And then we stamp the inside. So that is our second one. Now our third one is our scraps or our squares. Look at that. We went ahead and we used all their paper. We embossed some of it, used the envelope, used the heart, created a little arrow with just some black backing on it, and then opened it up. You have plenty of room to write, to celebrate how you feel for someone. And then look at this card. We just used the heart that they gave us. We cut out a coordinating color, which was our Flirty Flamingo. We used their stamp, and then I just drew a squiggly line on the side. Now this right here are the gilding flakes, and we just used our Nuvo pen to add the glue and then glued that down just to make it pop a little better. And do you see the gold on these hearts right here? That is from the kit. They gave us the pop-out frames, so we just added that to the hearts. We used their stamp, we used their heart just to create this card. What do you think about this set? Set 1. Take a moment and leave a comment. From set 1, what technique is your favorite? Do you like the cubes or the floating card, the diagonal, or do you like using the gilding flakes on that heart? Take a moment and let us know. Are you ready for our second card that we're going to make together? Now on this card, we're going to use a stencil. So let's get started. So we're going to use this stencil, but use any stencil that you have, not to worry. Now you will need to put something down on your workstation so that you don't get it messy. And here is our mat that we're going to be stenciling. Now, what I'm going to do with it to hold it down on this paper, I'm going to put a little bit of repositional tape, and it'll just hold it down for me. I won't have to worry about it. I have some tape right here to hold down our stencil, and I can see through it, so I can see the nice little border that it's putting around my paper. Now, let me give you one more tip. I'm going to use a Post-it note because as I stencil, I'm going to hold this down just to make sure, extra sure that it's secured, but I don't want to get my fingers inky. So that's what I'm using. Now I'm going to bring in Flirty Flamingo. Tap, tap, tap. Now, using this finger, you can apply more pressure. So I don't want too much pressure, so I'm just going over it very lightly initially. Just lightly. Now I'm going to take this off and I'm going to rotate my paper. Just going to put this back down here and get this corner. Now I'm going to take a little peek at it. Oh, that's pretty. But you know what I think I want to do is I want to put just a tint of red around the corners. Let's see what that will look like. Okay, and I think that's enough. So the big reveal. Oh, look at that. Look at how pretty that looks. Now, what I need to do for my next part of the design is I'm going to bring in this strip and I'm going to lay down right here. So let's go ahead and get our white laid down on our red strip. And I want to lay it from corner to corner just like this. Look at that. Look at how pretty that's going to look. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put some tape right here. And I think I'm going to follow these lines right here on it. Now I'm just going to flip it and I'm going to cut these corners off. Are you ready? Oh, look at how pretty that is. Now what I have done is I've punched out both hearts that they gave us, and I'm just going to put this one down and put it up on some dimensionals. Just going to put the point to point down at the bottom. Now I went ahead and I raked these little hearts. Okay, let's go ahead and add some glue and get this mat added to the top of our card. We need to stamp Celebrate. We're going to do that in Night of Navy. And then we have this for the inside of our card. And once again, we're going to stamp You're My Favorite. We're going to add this to the inside of our card and we'll almost be done. Now we're just going to add this right across our heart. And we are done with our card. Now look at that. Love this stenciling on either side. Love the hearts. Open it up. We have some more hearts. Now let me show you our other cards in group 2. Look at this card. We've just taken a regular portrait card, folded it back, and created a border with our beautiful hearts. And look at that. Such an easy design to do. On this one, we got some strips. We stamped Happy Valentine's Day on the inside, popped everything up on dimensionals. And finally, we just cut some strips of paper and created this design on the front. Added a cute little heart. I don't know if you can see that, but they gave us hearts. Look at that. So we added a little heart right to the heart. You have my heart. Celebrate love. So take a moment with group 2 and let us know which design you like the best. Do you like creating a border with the hearts, using a diagonal cut, using larger strips or the smaller strips? We would love to know. Well, we hope you were inspired by our use of the Paper Pumpkin January kit. I think we took the hearts and just used them in so many different ways, but the designs weren't hard. They're very easy for you to use as you create your cards. Well, we hope that you were inspired and you take a moment to share, like, and subscribe to our channel and help us grow. Well, until next time, Amadi and I wish you lots of creative moments. Bye-bye.